Girls here. Thanks for coming on today's episode. This week, like every week, I'll be talking about natural living and healthy tips that will get you to rethink how you live and what products or habits you can easily change to better your life. So let's get started. Hey everyone. Well, I'm excited for our topic this week. I guess earlier in the week, something really unexpected happened, and I was trying to figure out how I could write about it and still focus on health. So our topic this week is equine-assisted therapy, and it turns out it wasn't hard at all. Equine-assisted therapy is the topic, and through, you guys, I want you to go to heatherearls.com/equine-assisted therapy, because then you get to see the pictures of the newest members of our farm. You're going to see Miss Maggie and her little baby Sylvia. These are miniature ponies. And so that's why I wanted to talk about how horses and other animals can be therapeutic to people with conditions. They bring a plethora of joy to everyone who encounters them. And you guys, except for maybe people who don't like animals. But how can you not look at these two and fall in love? They are adorable. So please go there and then you can see the picture. So let's get started. What is equine-assisted therapy? Well, equine-assisted therapy, you can also call it EAT, has been used by medical professionals such as occupational therapists, physical therapists, speech language pathologists, psychologists, social workers, and recreational therapists. So when was it introduced? Well, equine therapy dates back to the times when horses were used for therapeutic riding in ancient Greek literature. Orbisus of ancient Lydia documented the therapeutic value of riding in 600 BC. In 1946, equine therapy was introduced in Scandinavia after an outbreak. Therapeutic riding was introduced to the United States and Canada in 1916 with the formation of the Community Association of Riding of the Disabled, otherwise known as CARD, C-A-R-D. In the United States, riding for the disabled developed as a form of recreation and as a means of motivation for education, as well as its therapeutic benefits. Now, animals such as elephants, dolphins, dogs, and cats have also been used for therapeutic purposes. However, horses became the most popular animal in the therapy to use because they give immediate feedback to the handler or rider's actions. Horses also have the ability to mirror the feelings of the handler or rider. A horse's large and intimidating appearance forces an individual to gain trust around them. Now, you guys, we're going to go through some benefits of equine-assisted therapy. And we're going to start with number 1, which is mental health and happiness. Now, according to mentalhealthfirstaid.org, 5% of adults, which is 18 or older, experience a mental illness in any 1 year. That's equivalent to 43.8 million people. Of adults in the United States with any mental disorders in a 1-year period, 14.4% have one disorder, 5.8% have 2 disorders, and 6% have 3 or more. With such a large number due to people suffering from ADD, cerebral palsy, dementia, anxiety, autism, depression, and others, there is a great need for natural therapies. Now, equine therapy is proven to help with these symptoms and diagnoses, and also is known to build confidence, trust, perspective, and social skills. Since the horses have similar behaviors with humans, such as social and responsive behaviors, it is easy for patients to create a connection with the horse. Number 2, focus and behavior. Learning boundaries is something every child goes through. However, kids are impulsive, and some don't take correction as well as others. There are places like Home on the Range for boys in North Dakota where they use horses along with the work therapy to teach. Self-efficiency is a need in children that is hard at times to communicate to parents. We all want independence, but before that can come, there's a learning period. Animals help to calm and correct a person's focus and behavior. This is due to the reaction of the animal and also taking one's thoughts away from self and focusing it on the care and responsibility of another creature. Now, number 3, PTSD and TBI. Now, you guys, I have a picture again, and it has this little saying, and I want to read it to you. It says, "The essential joy of being with horses is that it brings you in contact with the rare elements of grace, beauty, spirit, and freedom." And that's by Sharon Rawls Lemon. Okay, so PTSD, TBI, traumatic brain injuries and post-traumatic stress disorder are skyrocketing in the U.S., partially due to military and war. With soldiers coming back, there's a great need for healing and help. Equine-assisted therapy helps people to heal, even soldiers, helps them deal with abuse issues, trust, and encourages one to keep things in perspective. There's a lot of blame and unhappiness when we don't think the ones closest to us will understand, but an animal always will. This is one reason you will see a soldier or other person love on their dog, horse, or other animal, but be cold and unsociable to another human being. If you know someone who suffers from PTSD or TBI, I would suggest getting them a dog, take them riding, or encourage them to sign up for some kind of program that deals with equine therapy. Now, number 4, physical healing. When people become physically injured, their psyche is also affected. Will I ever walk again? I'm broken. These are 2 statements of many that a person feels and goes through after an accident. Physical therapy is painful, but it's when people push past the mental and physical pain that the results happen. Horses and the movement of their bodies engage a person, even if a person doesn't feel the action, they see the action, which tricks their brain into thinking their limbs are moving. Muscle memory comes into play for patients that have been in a hospital bed for a long time and need to learn how to walk again. Your body moves with the horse when you are on its back, and that helps to build strength. Studies show even after a few treatments or rides, the patient is more optimistic that they will recover both physically and mentally. Now, number 5 helps improve speech. Speech and language pathologists have been using hypnotherapy as a strategy in a comprehensive treatment approach, but it is not only through an SLP that this can be accomplished. Hypnotherapy uses a horse to accomplish traditional speech, language, cognitive, and swallowing goals. Carefully modulate rhythmic, balanced equine movement offers an effective means of addressing speech and language through facilitation of the psychological system that supports speech and language function. I thought that was so interesting. So number 6, strength and balance. Balance and core strength are challenging for quite a few people. Daily activities in modern society do not necessarily challenge these muscle groups, and many people have chronic conditions that affect key muscles in the neck, torso, and legs. Loss of balance can have a negative effect on someone's quality of life and place limitations on his or her activities. Unfortunately, a lack of core strength and balance may suddenly become evident in the form of a fall, which can have devastating and sometimes fatal results. Many people turn to yoga, tai chi, functional strength training, and resistance exercises, but can equine-assisted therapy help a person to achieve improved balance and increased core strength? Well, physical therapy incorporating horses, also called hippotherapy or therapeutic riding, may help adults and children to improve control and strength of muscles if the person has a neuromuscular disability, neurological impairment, or weakness in balance muscles. Even people who use wheelchairs for mobility may find equine-assisted therapy to be useful in increasing muscle control. Now, examples of conditions in which hippotherapy tends to be utilized include Down syndrome, multiple sclerosis, and cerebral palsy. Adaptive devices such as a bar on the reins may help someone to compensate and steer with one hand if necessary, allowing the person to achieve greater independence, which can also have a positive effect on one's psychological health. Now, according to a small clinical study cited in the Brazilian Journal of Physical Therapy, horse-assisted therapy may have a positive effect on balance in seniors. Results indicated that older adults who participated in physical therapy with horses achieved improvements in several areas when compared to the control group, including balance while sitting, moving from a seated to standing posture, stability in walking, and changes in walking pattern. Now, another small study published in Physical Therapy looked at children who had documented mild to moderate balance problems. Children in these studies received 2 45-minute equine-assisted therapy sessions each week for 6 weeks. These children achieved statistically significant improvement in all measurements of the pediatric balance scale and activity scale for kids' performance upon completion of the sessions when compared to results before beginning the therapy. Now, number 7, motor skills in occupational therapy. Well, hippotherapy involves utilizing the sensory motor aspects of horses to achieve therapeutic goals such as improving sensory processing to tolerate touch and motor plan sequential movements. The term occupation refers to what humans occupy themselves within daily life. For a child, daily occupations may include dressing, feeding, handwriting, focusing in school. Occupational therapy helps people be as independent and successful as possible in their everyday activities or occupations. Occupational therapists provide individualized evaluations to determine goals, customized interventions to improve the individual's ability to perform daily activities, and goal assessment. Some of the most common skills we target are fine motor skills such as handwriting, gross motor skills like coordinating a jumping jack, and sensory integration skills such as focusing and regulating emotions. And you guys, that little bit was from kidsandhorses.org. Now, according to American Occupational Therapy Association, otherwise known as AOTA, occupational therapists help people across the lifespan participate in the things they want and need to do through the therapeutic uses of everyday activities. Common occupational therapy interventions include helping children with disabilities to participate fully in school and social situations, helping people recovery from injury to regain skills, and providing supports for older adults experiencing physical and cognitive changes. Now, you guys, ending notes: adults and children alike can share in the benefits and healing that horses bring. And again, if you go, you can see our baby colt, her filly. Her name is Sylvia. And although you can't ride her yet, she brings healing and joy just by letting you pet her, feed her, and watch her kick around the pasture. Even our 20-month-old has developed a bond with her in a matter of a few days. You guys, horses are amazing. Now, you guys, I would love to see pictures of you and your healing pets. So if you want to send them to me, my email is heather@heatherearls.com. or you can go to my blog and put them in the comment section there. But until then, you guys, I hope you have a healthy and fantastic week. Thanks for listening to today's episode of Urban Wisdom and Natural Living. Tune in next week where I'll broadcast live every Monday morning at 8 a.m. If you miss it live, hold those tears and head on over to my blog, which is heatherearls.com. That's Heather, EARLES.com. There you can have 24/7 access or right here on iTunes. If you want to follow me on social media, you'll find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. Have a healthy week.